programme idea for Monster TV, Karen.
It's about unusual relations.
What about them?
I'd interview them.
All our relations are pretty ordinary. In fact, I don't know anyone who has unusual relations.
I do.
Who?
Herbert and Rocky. They must have unusual relations. They're monsters.
I've never heard them talk about their relations. I suppose they must have some.
Ask them.
Herbert! Rocky! Ah, there you are. Karen has a question for you.
What kind of a question?
It's about your relations.
What relations?
You must have some. Your mummies, your daddies.
Of course we have mummies and daddies. It's just that, like most monsters, they're hard to track down.
Our relations are not as forthcoming as Herbert and I.
They're shy.
Do you ever see them?
When we have to.
Do you think they'd appear in the programme I'm working on? It's about unusual relations.
If you're shy, Karen, I don't think you'd like to go on television saying that you're unusual.
The things you hear. Get the relations in. Mummies, daddies, aunties, grannies. Don't make me laugh. I won't. Honestly, when you think of some of the monster relations, shy my foot. They're so ghastly, they can't bear to be seen. That's it. That's what. Get one of the shy relations to appear on Monster TV. A really big one. One that'll cause a lot of damage. A walking disaster area. Now, who should we get? Someone that's local. Let me think. I've got it. Got what? That positive fright that lives at the bottom of the loch in Scotland. It's about time she came up for air.
And most of our relations don't really do anything.
After all, it's busy enough just being a monster.
Well, they were a great help.
Dad, your boots! Mum will kill you!
How about a gardening programme on Monster TV, Billy?
Well, it would be better than Karen's idea.
That's a rotten thing to say. I haven't even had a chance yet.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to start a row. What was your idea, Karen?
She wants to interview unusual relations, except nobody has any.
I can speak, thank you, Billy.
Well, you've got me.
What's so unusual about you, Dad?
Well, for a start, I built that TV studio for you in the cellar. That's pretty unusual.
You're right, Mr. Dodds. You can be my first guest.
You can be our only guest.
I look forward to it, Karen. Now, what about that gardening programme, son?
Are you trying to get us to clear up the garden and make that a television programme?
That's the general drift.
Hi, Mum.
Hi. Ooh. Ed, look at your feet. There's mud all over the floor.
Good news, Linda. Monster TV is going to make a gardening programme in our garden.
Oh, now that's the sort of thing that's really popular. I'll contact a few gardening firms and ask them to supply products if we show them on the screen.
And Karen is going to interview me on her new programme about unusual relations.
What's unusual about you?
I'm married to you, love.
Okay, a rehearsal, Rocky. And today's unusual relation is a woman who's been to see every performance of the Rocky Horror Show since it started. When I called to interview her, her husband informed us that she wasn't in. Where is she, I asked. She's at the Rocky Horror Show, he said. Thank you, Herbert. 2 monsters have been found to appear on your television programme. That's great. Where are they? Oh. Very funny.
Pardon?
You can't fool me.
We're not fooling you.
You're right.
Well, that would never have worked.
Why not?
We're prettier.
Hello, and welcome to Monster TV's Gardening Goodies, the programme that tells you, the ordinary person, how to make their garden extraordinary. And here at the garden of Mr. Ed Dodds, we're going to create a rockery. For a rockery, you need rocks. And Monster TV's rock expert, Rocky. What's in that sack?
Kerrigan's compost. Put it in your plants and they grow, grow, grow.
Not the whole sack.
Oh, what's that awful smell?
What's in those sacks?
Morgan's manure. Spread it on your lawn and you'll be amazed.
You bet I will. I'll think an elephant's overeaten on the beans. Drat!
Oh, what are you doing here?
I seem to have lost my bearings. I was on my way somewhere. I'm going away on a little trip.
Oh, how wonderful. I mean, how wonderful for you. Anywhere nice?
Scotland.
Lovely. Friends there?
A long-distant relation.
Very distant?
No, very long.
And are you taking the train?
No, I'm taking the drain.
Are you all right, Mrs. Dodds?
I've just had an unexpected visit from Vera Venom, Karen.
Oh, what did she want?
She said she was on her way to visit Scotland. The farther away, the better.
What's she going to Scotland for?
To visit a relation. She doesn't look the type that has any relations.
No, but if she has, I bet they'd be very unusual.
Take a bit of compost.
And a dollop of manure.
Spread it on your topsoil.
And one thing will be sure, you will have a lovely garden with flowers, shrubs and trees.
That will blossom and will flourish with daisies to your knees.
Here's Billy!
Hello, and welcome back to part 2 of Monster TV's gardening slot. And here pushing Bangles Barrow is our resident expert, Mr. Ed Dodds.
Thank you, Billy. Today, we're going to make a pond and surround it with miniature conifer trees and rocks. If Rocky would like to just lie on the grass there, you will begin to see the effect. Add a rock or two from Quacker's quarries, and Karen will mark out where we will dig our pond.
I certainly will. And you can see me later on Monster TV with my own programme of unusual relations.
What's that got to do with gardening, Karen?
Nothing. I just thought I'd mention it.
Excuse us, viewers. Everybody else, carry on gardening.
Hello, Monster TV. Oh, hello, Mr. Kerrigan. You didn't like the way Monster TV used your compost. You're withdrawing your sponsorship. Hello? Hello? Hello, Monster TV. Oh, hello, Mr. Morgan. You didn't like the way Monster TV used your manure. You're withdrawing your sponsorship. Hello? Hello? Oh, this is turning into a nightmare. Hello, Monster TV. Oh, hello, Mr. Quacker. You didn't like the way Monster TV threw your rocks about. You're withdrawing your sponsorship. Hello? Hello? Oh.
Most town gardens have a main drain source in them, as does this one. This cannot be covered over, but it would be nice to conceal by some artfully placed shrubs, which we will now attempt to do. It can make this area a little surprise.
I don't believe it. I was sure I'd be in Nottingham by now.
I still don't believe it. All the sponsors pulled out. We're lucky we weren't sued by Morgan's Manure. Then we really would have been in it.
It wasn't my fault.
It's going to be very tricky to make a gardening programme without the things you need to make a garden.
Look, I don't want any more mention of gardening programmes.
Monster TV's reputation is going down the drain.
Oh, don't say that, Billy. Think of what we've got. Herbert, Rocky, and Karen's Unusual Relations programme.
That won't help. She's only got one guest.
Me?
Dad, I like you as you are, and you're usual, not unusual. Herbert and Rocky are no help.
What do you mean? Yeah, what do you mean?
Karen would have a really interesting programme if the monsters from Monster TV produced some relations.
Now, they would be unusual.
And they'd really save Monster TV's reputation.
Rocky, we've got to find some relations.
Come on, dear, you can do it. One more squeeze.
Oh, now, you can. I didn't go nowhere for a very good reason.
It does you good to get out and about a bit. Now, we go left down the subterranean tunnel. Mind your head.
Oh, I want to find some water. I'm beginning to get very thirsty.
There's a nice underground reservoir coming up very soon.
Oh, goody. Where?
Right here, dear.
Welcome to a new programme for Monster TV, Unusual Relations, introduced by our very own, Karen Foster.
Thank you, Billy.
Where are they?
Welcome
Don't
to
ask
the
me, I
world
haven't
of
seen Rocky and
unusual
Herbert all
relations.
day.
And our first guest is Mr. Ed Dodds. Hello and welcome, Ed.
Thank you.
And the viewers will be fascinated to know that you built the Monster TV studio. And now, Ed, I would like to say to you, this is your wife. Ladies and gentlemen, Linda Dodds, mother of our boss, Billy Dodds.
Where are these monsters?
And now it's time for the unusual. Monster TV's regular monsters, Herbert and Rocky, have persuaded their shy relations to appear on the programme. Please welcome Herbaceous and Rocket.
Phew, that's a relief.
They look just like Herbert and Rocky.
They're meant to. They're their relations. What's that? Oh.
Where have you got to? Honestly, Nessie, for such a big girl, you do manage to keep out of sight.
Oh, I didn't believe it. It's a wee loch.
Touch nothing. It's nearly time for your appearance on television.
I didn't know if I'm ready for this.
And I dinna know if anybody else is.
And apart from making your beloved family as happy as possible, what are your other interests, Ed?
My garden.
You said you wouldn't mention that.
I'm very suspicious about that Herbaceous and that Rocket.
And the next thing you'll say is that all the sponsors pulled out.
Oh, I don't have to say it.
Why?
You just have.
And then you'll say that Herbert and Rocky weren't happy with Kerrigan's compost and Morgan's manure.
We were?
I knew it! Fake guess.
Oh, it's not my fault. I'm only the presenter.
We were just helping out.
We're saving Monster TV's reputation.
Saving it, destroying it, more likely.
Listen.
What's happening?
I'll tell you what's happening. It's demolition time for Monster TV. Under the big paws and rolling coils of the Loch Ness Monster. Come on, Nessie. I said come on.
I canna.
What do you mean you canna?
I'm shy. And I want to go back to my loch.
But you've come all this way. This is your chance for fame.
Excuse me, I think I'm quite famous enough as it is.
That's the trouble with legends. Unpredictable.
You wouldn't do me a little favour?
What's that?
Just a little hello to the viewers of Monster TV, without causing any damage?
Hello, Herbert. Hello, Rocky.
Hello, Nessie. You're far from home.
I may be, but if you take the high road and I take the low road, I'll be in Scotland for ye.
Look at
for
those
me
three.
and
What
my
could be
true
more
love
Monster
will never
TV
meet
than
again.
that?
On the bonny, bonny banks of Loch Lomond.
You know, I was thinking at Monster TV, they're all so silly, aren't they? Not like us here at cbbc. We're all very sensible, aren't we?
Yes. Stay with the cbbc 2 Breakfast Show because there's a surprise in the Lampies next.
Oh, and did we tell you it's National Welly Week? So get your wellies out.